What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dylan Ashcraft of Team Ellipsis here with a live gameplay. So what we're doing is we are watching two of my teammates, Derek McDill on the left and Brad Denzi on the right, playing Broly U6 Veggies and Red Gogeta BR respectively. So what we have going on right now is we have Gogeta going first, charging that one energy. He decided to do the effect, take a life, or drop card, draw two, and then take a life. Brad says he tends to do this typically on the first turn, and only really on the first turn against aggro decks. He'll do it occasionally at some other point to prove me wrong, but yeah. And then with Broly, doing the classic charge of blue-yellow, swing leader, draw two cards. I'm going to be drinking water throughout this, so if any weird noises happen, I'm sorry. Alright, turn two for Gogeta. Good old charging the 8-drop, which usually is a little weird, I think. I wouldn't do it personally, unless, of course, I have a second copy of it in my hand, which he might, who knows. I'm going to attach this to my string here, so hopefully the audio will pick it up, otherwise I can just mess around with it in post. Again, dropping a Goku this time to draw two cards, and again, not deciding to take the life. Swinging the leader. See, I think, actually, Red Gogeta BR is a highly underrated deck, so I want to talk about what he's doing here. Just in case people don't know, he's using the Vegeta effect to look at the top three, but he's doing it like we used to do in Veggie format, when you would play the one-drop green Trunks. So it says you can look up to, so you can choose you can look at the first card, decide if you want it, look at the second card, decide if you want that, and then, if you do, you don't check the third card. Now, the reason that he does this is in case the first card is Veku, the one he wants, and then the second card is a super combo, well, you don't have to worry about the super combo getting stacked on the bottom then. Now, granted, you don't know what the second card is in this situation, but it's just to kind of be safe. I think we missed it. I think we missed a swing by a one-drop. Looks like Derek is at 5. It's the hard part of the camera that we were recording on. You can't really tell the life, or Derek's life. But he's also got this beige, sleeves that kind of just blend in with everything. Hopefully there's no, extra noise. Gotta plug my phone in so it doesn't die here. Decided to not bring my microphone to where I usually do my recordings, and have a grand old time. Alright, so, one drop Khalifa is going to drop the 4-drop KO. So, Brad's deck is pretty standard, actually, but Derek's deck is a bit more interesting. So instead of the streamlined U6 Veggies, where you just kind of beat down and hope to God you get there, Derek is playing a bit more control version, where while he can do the aggressive plays, he plays counterplay Gohan, counterplay Champa. You can see my hand in there moving the Khalifa out of the way after the after image. Yeah, and he wants that flexibility. He as a player, he prefers mid-range decks. That's what he always keeps saying. So, yeah, we see him looking at his hand there, debating whether or not he wants to play the one-drop KO, which I don't know why he would. He doesn't have a target to add back, but he could awaken, swing, and then Champa. So, we're going to see the awaken. Will he untap his leader? Will he play the 2-drop Khalifa in his hand? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I know that was lame. I'll do this too often. We're just diving into the live gameplays now. I think with the Broly leader attack, the correct thing that Brad did was the after image. Derek's deciding what he wants to do here. He touched his life up, either fixing it, and he's just going to pass to have the open energy, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. It means his turn 3 will not be as explosive as he wants it to be. However, what it does do for him is that it reduces the pressure that Brad can provide with the 1-drops on this turn. Because if he stays at 10k and he's tapped out, he can just kind of get beat down over time. You don't really want that. Right, Brad, think about what he wants to charge for a third energy. Gogeta has that explosive turn 4, which is incredibly good against U6, as well as being a red leader. So you have the option to do stuff like Denial of Hope, After Image. Is that all you got? 3 cards that Brad definitely plays. Charging another copy of what seems to be the Goku 1-drop. They're so hard to tell the difference because they look so similar. And then like half of Brad's deck is blinged out currently. So it makes it even a little bit more difficult to tell sometimes. We're dropping 2 cards. Looks like we're playing a Veku. Is it Skinny Boy Veku? It is the Skinny Boy Veku, the stamped pre-release one too. Look at that. He's going to use the auto to sacrifice it, -5 to something, and then add back a Goku and a Vegeta. It looks like he's going to add back the 2-drop and the 1-drop, which I think is probably the correct play. If he doesn't have a 1-drop Goku in there, then the 2-drop is definitely correct. The 2-drop's actually going to come up later too. I'm pretty sure that's this game. Could be next game. Could have been doing this on Premiere instead of my phone. Oh well. Using the 1-drop, taking a look. You see he's got a Vegeta. She's a Goku. And another Goku. So what he's going to do is take that 1-drop Vegeta, take the 2 Gokus, and shove them on the bottom. Brad is going to activate his effect. Doing some math in his head, talking about how he's taking some damage, and asking how many cards Derek's got in his hand, which should be around 10 to 11. And then asking how much life he has. There's probably a couple dumb comments from me during this. I was sitting right next to them watching the camera, and then also watching the game, and commenting on what they were doing. Asking questions and such, like why do you look at the top card and not look at the other 2? Using leader effect, dropping the 1-drop Vegeta that he just assumingly picked up. And then he's going to pass his turn. Leaving 2 energy open. This showcases that he has the ability to Denial of Hope, which we can see in his hand right there, actually. When a red deck passes with 2 energy open, I'm always assuming that, they have that denial. Plays the 1-drop Khalifa. Let's see what he grabs off the effect. I saw a 4-drop Khalifa, and after that, it's kind of bleh together. It looks like there's a 2-drop as well. Derek's deck is also mostly blinked out, except for the Senzu Beans, because Derek is not dropping expensive amounts of money on Senzu Beans. But who knows, actually, what they're at right now. Last I checked, foil beans were a lot of money. Tired. Sorry for all the yawning. Alright, yes. Foil Senzu Beans with the alternate are $27.90, but if the Miraculous Collection has foil cards in it, we'll all have a playset of foil Senzu Beans soon. So that'll be pretty cool. Brad looks like he's deciding whether or not he wants to After Image here, or is that all you've got? I think personally the right play would be to Sparking Negate of the After Image to kill the Khalifa, if he has it. Yep, there's the After Image. Just because that way you can hold the 2 energy open in case Derek decides to do something like this, where, he's beating up to have that extra energy, showcasing that he's probably going to do some type of play. And here he is with the 2-drop Khalifa, tapping the yellow and the blue. Brad's reading the card. So if you don't know what the 2-drop Khalifa does, she allows you to take a life and then tap down one of your opponent's energy. So essentially shutting your opponent off from doing important plays. And And the reason why I think that the correct play was to Sparking After Image is that you kill the 1-drop Caulifla, leave your 2 energy open, and then when he beams, what you're able to do is respond to the 2-drop Caulifla getting played with the Denial of Hope. Ideally, you want to denial the Chomp of Autos, but it does shut down a big play of his, because I'm assuming there's a blue card coming soon, and then the Chomp of Autos. His hand is hovering over that 4-drop Kale. Let's see what he does. YouTube. Alright, combos to 4-drop Kale, taps the yellow, boom, there is the Chomp of Autos. Now, one thing he likes to do is play multiple Chomp of Autoses, that way he can kind of go aggro with them. Which I think is an interesting way of approaching the U6 matchup, because it's just more attackers. Like, at worst, the 19k hit's going to either take a life or it's going to rip a 5k from your opponent's hand. Alright, so we played the Champa. He might decide to restand the Caulifla and go down to 2, which doesn't seem like the correct play, but he could do it in order to swing the Chomp of Autos and then combo the Caulifla. But speaking of swinging the Chomp of Autos and comboing the Caulifla, you can see that here. He's going to evolve on top of the 2-drop, not get the value out of it that he really wants, but what it's going to do is protect it from any of Brad's attacks on the follow-up turn, or he's just going to take the life, restand the Caulifla now. But again, going to 2, especially on Gogeta's turn 4, that's really risky. And if you don't know why it's risky, simple answer is Gogeta's turn 4, you play a 6-drop that becomes an 8-drop that says, I swing at everything you control on the battlefield, and is a really big 35k double striker. That also can't be KO'd. Not the Chomp of Autos deck really KOs, but the Chomp of Autos. The deck is Chomp of Autos. Alright, Brad's going to charge for 4 energy here. He has a big awakening turn. Let's see what he's got. Charging. Oh, we got the little dissolve here because my camera is really weird and has a time limit on how long it can record single clips for. And it's like 11 minutes, it's like 11 or 12 minutes. Which is the reason why I was sitting next to the camera to make sure I can start it up. We didn't miss anything here, just a couple seconds of him deciding what to charge. And here he's deciding if he wants to discard and draw 2. Oh, he's just going to shotgun the Vacu out, which makes sense, why not? He's got, all of his energies tapped. Now he's deciding whether or not he wants to decrease. This is when he asked me the question, what happens if he decreases the Chomp of Autos to 0? And what happens there is that Chomp of Autos will return. However, because it's at 0, the game mechanic will kill it again. So, while you can discard it and protect it once, it's going to just die over again, so there's no real point to doing it. And I think the question was asked, if it's in rest mode and it's KO'd, can it come back? And I believe it's yes. Because it doesn't make any discredit. It doesn't, say. So tired. It doesn't say, if this card is in active mode and is removed from the field. It just kind of says, this card is removed from the field, do this. Alright, so Brad's going to -10 to the Caulifla, and then, or -5. No, it's -10, I think. Is it -5? I don't know the Vacu. I don't know what the Vacus do. I know the 1 attacks active battle cards, and the 1 minuses. Alright, Brad's going to discard a card, draw 2. Now, the interesting thing was, why he didn't attack with the Vacu. I would have tried to put a little bit of pressure and swing a 5k, especially since Derek's unable to Senzu Bean. He can combo 10ks to protect himself, but that just feels like it's not the greatest idea. But either way, Brad's deciding to take the life, recognizing that if he cannot kill this turn, he's probably going to lose. So he might as well get as many cards in his hand to, ensure that victory. This is Brad doing what I always joke about him with, and sometimes you just gotta play to win instead of playing to not lose. I almost said praying twice there. Alright, tapping 3 for the Gogeta, Energy Volley Gogeta. So what this card does, it's a dash pack card. You look at your opponent's hand, you tap 3 to evolve on top of a Veku that costs 3. Look at your opponent's hand, rip any battle card from it, and he's a 25k double striker. And I feel like it does something else. I feel like it might draw a card. Let's look that up real quick. Boom. Wow. Stamp versions of this card are not expensive. I might have to let him know about that. Double strike, evolve. Nope, you just choose a card, a battle card with 35k or less, and place it in the drop area. So, Brad does a play that confuses me a bit here. He decides to swing with a double striker first. And he knows Derek's hand. He knows that he can only combo a certain amount of, he can only put a certain amount into the pump. But, so I think he just says 25 here. Might be thinking about the combo. Hello? Discord. You see Derek contemplating, thinking what he's going to do. Derek does not play Sparking Negates. He plays Flying Nimbus, and I'm pretty sure that is it. He does have access to Time Magic if he wanted to, and I think he's going to be siding it at the Ohio LCQs. But I could be wrong. Do not take my word on that. I can't even tell you what I'm siding at the Ohio LCQs. It is the Thursday before, and I do not know what I am siding. Alright. Looks like Brad's deciding to pump into the Gogeta, throwing a 5k to make it 30. Yeah, I was going to say to make it 30. It is a 20k. Alright, and then Derek's going to combo out with what looks like a 10k and 2 5ks. It's so interesting how the game has changed, because back in set 2, and what I refer to as set 2.5, which was the draft box, because the draft box and the first Overrealm expansions, the Saiyan stuff, it made such a big change to the game. Like, the change was crazy impactful. But like it almost acted as a mini set. So, but anyways, back in 2.5, you could swing at someone, and the perfect number was 25k, because you used to have to get a super combo and a 5k. Now, the numbers seem to change a bit. I'm not sure what I would say it is, but essentially what's happening is, like, it's so easy to combo out of stuff nowadays, unless it's an extremely high number. Like 25, 30k is not, or 25k is like not as bad as it is, because there's Chomp of Autos gives you 10k that you can combo for free. There's 12 super combos that you can technically have access to. Meanwhile, back in the game though, we have Brad swinging in with the double strike leader, throwing it to 25k. I'm fixing Derek's deck because he aggravates me and his cards end up upside down for no apparent reason. And here was the thing that confused me about what Brad did. Brad decides to hit with the double strike first, and then play the 2-drop Goku to try and hit for the kill shot, which, knowing Derek's hand, especially after he comboed 3 cards, 2 of which being 5Ks, if I remember correctly, Derek only had one comboable 10k at that point, so he could have played the 2-drop, swung that, comboed into that, and then hit for the 1, and then hit for the double strike. But we talked about it, just because you run the risk of giving him 2 super combos. Now, Brad's hand is pretty decent, and Red Gogeta BR is nothing but 5Ks, so everything is comboable. Yep, and there's game 1 going to Red Gogeta. We're gonna go to game 2 in just a second once they clean up. This time we'll start with Derek on the play, charging that blue, yellow, and passing. kind of just something he has to do. There's no getting around it. It is like that most of the times in these dual color decks. Turn 1, Gogeta, charging a Vacu, and then let's see if he takes to life going second instead of going first. Because we know he does it going first. Yep, decides to. Awkward, dead silence. Brad deciding if he wants to play one drop and look at the top 3. Boom, going to. Top card sees a Vacu. Looking at his hand to see if he has that Vacu already. Boom, sees the Vacu again. His deck is telling him he has to grab the Vacu. Then the third card he picked up was a Goku, so he wasn't able to grab it. He's going to swing at the 1-drop, pressure him to 7, and then swing at the leader, pressure him to 6. The reason this is good, and aggro in general is really good against the yellow Broly leader, because what it does... Oh, here's a Vacu. We're going to put him to 5. So, what's really good about pressuring Broly is that, like, Broly really wants to use its auto in the... I accidentally unplugged the microphone. I'm sorry if there's anything weird that happened on the T ears there. But no, so aggro is really good against Broly BR because the reason why is that they really want to use the auto on the attack and draw 2 cards every turn. So when you're able to pressure them, it reduces their ability to do that, and it kind of makes the deck struggle a little bit to be able to build these giant hands. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm pointing at the Gogeta. I think I'm talking about how he does not have the fancy stamped one. I'm kind of making fun of him for that, because he is undecided whether or not he wants to foil the deck out or stamp the deck out. It's a whole thing. So 1-drop Caulifla picked up something. I'm not sure, actually, because I was looking at my finger pointing at a leader. Broly leader is going to swing. He's going to take the life draw card. And then he's going to try and do a really big play this turn. You see the 4-drop Caulifla coming out. Asking what he picked up. And it was the Chomp of Autos. He's going to awaken. Combo a blue card. If he can find a blue card to combo. So the one thing I don't really like about this version is there's not enough blue cards to combo for free. Every card that you combo feels kind of weird. Like you either combo the 4-drop for 1, the 1-drop Kale, or the Undying Spirit Gohan. Not Undying Spirit, that's no, it might be Undying. The counterplay card. I was probably thinking of good old Freehan. So he's going to send Zubin, put it on the Caulifla, bring himself back up to 2 energy. And we've seen that he played the Chomp of Autos. And here comes the 4-drop. Nope, no 4-drop yet. He's going to save it for the Chomp of Auto swing. Or no, he did it already. I'm stupid. Literally the first card he comboed. Literally the first card. Alright, here comes the Chomp of Auto swing. I think this is the point, or this is the turn, where I'm kind of just, actually this might be the big turn where he tries to do this. Really vague thing. I remember parts about this game. So he's going in with the 25k, throwing a super combo to make it 35. Brad's kind of looking at his hand going, I can combo most of this. F it, I'm going to take it. We're at 1 energy. Alright, going to take the life, restand. It's such a good leader. Like, Broly BR is an insanely strong and powerful leader. It's so generically good. You can do so many things with it. Alright, swinging again, throwing another 10k. So we're at 35 as well. And then another 10k, bring it to 45. Looks like a Chomp of the Trickster. 50k, double strike swing. Really wanted to put into 1. Really telegraphing that in his hand he has Mira. Which, is fine. But because he's already used the effect to take a life, he's throwing more combo up there. So we're at 25, 35, 45, 55, 65 double strike. He's deciding to take it, which is actually absurd. Here's the mirror swing. Is Brad out combo mirror here? I'm moving the drop. I'm checking how many cards are in there to let them know how big the mirror is. Grab the mirror swing and awaken. Boom. He's throwing the chomp on there just to be petty. Get that extra 10k in there. Alright, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80. Oh, taking it back. He's looking at his hand, deciding what he needs to combo. Taking back what he does besides the drawing. Making sure he has the right card. So the reason he does this is he goes, I didn't think I'd be able to actually out combo it, so I needed to make sure that when I did, I got cards that, like, you know, the cards I kept in my hand were the cards I can, you know, potentially win on the next turn with. So here's what happens. Derek has no hand now. And he is at 3 life. We're going to see a charge from Brad. Literally any card. Preferably an extra card, because you're not going to turn 3. You're just killing him right here. And if you're not, you're scooping. There's the extra card charge, the after image. Asks if he has any cards in hand, goes, oh my god, you don't have any. Let me use this Goku effect to look at the top 5, see what I can grab. Grabs a 5k. Now he has to drop a card, but I'm pretty sure he just drops an extra card. And the cool thing about this Goku is that he can boost himself to 15k, so like, in this scenario where Derek literally has 0 cards in hand, he can just boost himself, swing, make him take the damage. And then he can just, you know, pump the leader. Oop, Derek picks up his card. Brad grabs the leader, turns it sideways. Boom, draw. Activate main, discard a card. 20k lead, drops another after image. 20k, 25, or 30k, and that's the game. Alright guys, thank you for watching. This has been Ellipsis, or Dylan Ashcraft with Ellipsis TCG, watching Derek and Brad, the screen's black now, play a match against each other. Derek and I will be at the Ohio LCQ, so if you see us, come say hi. Be a great time. Thanks for watching. Bye.